Why has all of the color gone out of the world? I see memes like this constantly comparing the same house in 1990 to present day. But I've also seen this with cars, where there's a comparison with cars in the past. You had every color of the rainbow, where modern day it's white, black, gray. Or fast food restaurants, old school McDonald's versus the depressing gray modern one. Or in film, where you have the trend of taking old colorful animated movies and doing CGI versions that are all brown. I saw this post complaining about the costumes in The Odyssey. It's a historical epic where everybody's dressed in gray and brown. Where once upon a time that genre was exploding with color. I'm posting this around the holidays where now the dominant color for Christmas lights is just white. Or if you look at somebody's photo album from the 1970s, their trees look like this with the big colorful bulbs. And you really can't find a consensus in terms of why this has happened. Like this interior design trend that people call millennial gray. I've heard theories when people are remodeling houses or flipping them to sell, that those are just the most neutral colors and have the broadest appeal. But why does that have the broadest appeal? And it's the same thing with cars. The fact that cars are less colorful, this is not just anecdotal. Lots of people have charted it out. And if you try to find out why, people say, oh, it's the greed of these car makers and dealers. They know that white will sell, so that's what they put on the lot. And it's like, okay, but why did green stop selling entirely? Why is it that people only want red for sports cars? With fast food restaurants, people have said that it's because the customers got older because fewer people have kids. So McDonald's used to really lean into appealing to kids with the clown mascot. But is that true of Taco Bell? Back in the 90s, was Taco Bell a place where little kids went? Because Taco Bell is now morphing into this, the gray and the wood paneling. I feel like all of these are dancing around a broader consumer preference for less color in everything. And it may relate to the fact that, at least in my eyes, I perceive this as being a wealthier person's house than this. Like somehow I've been trained that if I went into a restaurant that had this color scheme, I would not assume that it is a fancy restaurant. Where the reason they're going to this is that it is perceived as being more upscale even though they're serving the same food. And this to me looks like a rich person's Christmas tree. It looks more sophisticated. And this does read to me as the film for a more intellectual, sophisticated consumer. Where this to me reads as cheap or garish. But I didn't come out of the womb feeling like that. I was trained to think that way. And I honestly don't know why, and I definitely don't know why we think that children need a more colorless version of Moana. If you have a theory, I'd be eager to hear it.